Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. I'm the Scent Maven. Welcome back to my channel, Shopping and Scents. So today I have a very special video for you. I don't know if I would call it a vlog. Kind of a vlog. Yes. So I went to my first Rummage sale. And I have my shirt on that says, it has the raccoons on it. It says, "Get in, scavenger. We're going thrifting." So as you can see, I've been cleaning up, right? No more stacked up boxes, pictures starting to be hung up on the wall and stuff. So I went to this Rummage sale and I'm going to show you what they had. And then after you look at what was very disappointing, then I'll come back and I'll talk to you about it, because I know some of you are just like, show us what you saw at the sale and then tell us about the other stuff later. So check this out. Okay, so when we first walk in, we see some nasty looking comforters and like sheets and things. Tablecloths, there's a sign. This is kind of cute, the beautiful Caribbean. That's pretty. Yeah, so it's slim pickings over here. Towels, placemats, crocheted things. Now, the next table, we have some cheap jewelry, some beads. That's actually a keychain that I donated, the one, the tassel. Some more jewelry. Now, in this box here, I found out later that this is what they considered the more valuable stuff. That little, where is it? It's like, oh, there's a keychain I donated. There's the spade with the blue, the Tiffany blue. I really like that. These are cute. I don't know what they are. Mirrors or compacts or something. Some scary hands. Oh yeah, there's me and my fat self. Some flamingo items. A flamingo set. Weird stuff. Boots, just random boots. I really like this bowl. Very Art Deco, very beautiful. There's a decanter set. Then the book section, a bathroom book, the weather, everything is so random. The Strange Case of Origami Yoda. Flying Without Fear. It has some Harry Potter, modern, what does that say? Modern satire. Some Janet Ivanovich. My mom likes her, but I think she has that book already. Dry by Augustin Burroughs. I have that. That's a really good book. So, The Frugal Gourmet. How many of you guys remember The Frugal Gourmet? Baking Without Fat. Bon Appetit. A lot of cookbooks. Surprisingly, a lot of cookbooks. Cooking Light, Joyous Health. So now we have some art items. I donated that one that says Flock, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Michael.
And you get toolbox holder. These look like random like kitchen items. I don't get the religious statue with the underwater theme. I don't get what that is. We have an angel statue, some religious items. So everything on this side I think is religious.
Coming, you're clear now.
Coming through with the table. Yeah, so this is some religious items. That little prayer book, I donated that. The laptop from hell, I don't know. This cross, it seemed nice, but it is literally just like thin plastic. So we have some picture frames. This one, that one was nice, but I was trying not to buy stuff. So they had a lot of holiday junk. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, all this kind of seasonal stuff, I guess taking taking up space in people's basements and, you know, other places. St. Patrick's Day they had. Then they had all these vases, different colors, every color you can imagine. Some tables you could pay at the table, and some of them they wanted you to bring it up to the front of the gymnasium to pay it there. I don't know why, what the difference was. Cosmetics. I donated a lot of cosmetics. You can see there. Random notebooks. A pill holder. This just, it was just empty. It was just like a thing. Okay, so these were cute, $6 for the set, but then I realized that one of the antlers was broken. Times Square, New York City, that was kind of interesting. Yankee Candle. I don't know what this is. It's a pineapple and I don't know, a gourd. World's Greatest Mom. Look where it ended up. Cute. These are cute. These are like all different playing card things, like trinket trays, I guess, because it looks like too small to put a dessert on unless you're putting like a single cookie or something. I really like this plant thing with all the ribbons, but I was like, really, where am I gonna put it? This reminds me of like something you'd find in your grandma's house. This frame is really nice and heavy, but I don't know what I would do with it. There's some photo album, some art. I really didn't get this art. I mean, I'm all for weird art. I don't understand this. I almost got it just weird for the sake of weird, but I was like, no. And then there's this map of the highway. I don't know how to even pronounce that. So this is Lennox, which is a good company and everything, porcelain. But I don't know how it would work. Like, how do you wind the clock? And then there's that creepy doll, this weird vase. A lot of precious moments stuff. A lot of precious moments. If you guys were into that, they had a whole... Okay, so let me tell you about this sale. I found out about it last year. Apparently, it's a very popular annual thing. This church, every year, they do a week where they collect stuff from the community. And you could donate just about anything. So for 5 days, they collect stuff. You drop it off at their gym. Then, on the weekend of that week, they sell the items and all the money goes to the church. So last year I donated a bunch of stuff, but I never actually went to the sale to see, you know, what happens to it or whatever, or how the sale works. So this year I donated a bunch of stuff again, about 6 tote bags full of stuff and a box of, it was drinking glasses, because I didn't need that many drinking glasses. So I donated that. And I don't want to reclutter what I'm decluttering. So I wasn't sure if I was going to go to the sale. But I was like, you know what? I want to see how it works. Like, how much they price things, how it's arranged. I could see how... So let me tell you, when I dropped off the stuff, and I did this last time, when I dropped off the stuff, you see people bringing in stuff and whatever, and they're already starting to arrange it on the tables by grouping, like books, clothes, you know, housewares, seasonal and all that. So they're already separating it into groups. So I drop off the stuff and I said to the guy, can I look around? Which is what I did last time. And he's like, yeah, but you know you can't buy anything because the sale hasn't started. And I was like, yeah, I just want to look around. So I looked around and it looked very promising. The tables were full of items. There seemed to be some good stuff there. There was one knickknack that I wanted to get. It was a clear glass Siamese cat with green eyes. And one eye was regular and the other eye looked like it was tilted, like it was defective in some way. But something about it drew me to it. And I was like, I have to go back and get that or something. You know, they had a Michael Kors wallet. And I was like, this can't be real Michael Kors, right? It looked legitimate. It looked like, if it was a fake, it looked like a good fake. So I thought, oh, they have awesome stuff. And then when you walk in, and you see all the stuff from people's, like, you could tell it's like from basements and attics, and you get this kind of like view into people's worlds. Like, what have they been collecting? What have they been holding on to? There were a lot of as seen on TV items, retro items. They saw like a hamster cage, like things that were useful. So when I came there today to shop the sale, I was expecting there to be a plethora of things. And maybe I got there too late because I didn't get there as soon as the sale started, which it started like 10 o'clock in the morning. I got there at like 1 o'clock. So 10 to 11, 3 hours later. So I don't know if people lined up at the beginning of the sale and just like wiped out all the good stuff right away. Because I noticed that the stuff that I donated, I saw very little of it. I mean, the tables were sparse and the people that were there were few. It wasn't like very crowded or anything. So yeah, I was like, it's a lot of crapola, you know, a lot of crapola, which is good because there was not really temptation to buy. And, they're going to be doing the sale again tomorrow. But what I don't know, and what I should have asked is, are they just going to keep selling what's left over from today? Or are they going to put more stuff out tomorrow? I don't know. And then what happens to the stuff that they can't sell? Do they throw it out? What do they do with it? I'm going to have to find out. So, yeah, what else was I going to tell you about this? Oh, so I feel good. I love this sale. I love the idea of this sale because it's really a gift to me as, I don't want to say as a hoarder, but as a person who tends to clutter, because it's hard to let go of items sometimes, but knowing that I'm giving the items to the church and they're going to sell them and use the money to benefit the church and benefit the community, I feel okay with it. So I also donate throughout the year to other groups like veterans groups and things. So that makes it that makes it easier for me to donate a lot of what I don't need and let go of things that I have a hard time letting go of because I know it's going to a good cause. So the same thing with buying stuff at the Rummage sale. So let me tell you the story. So I only bought one thing. And let me show you what I got. I bet you can guess from the video what it was that I got. So I got the bowl. I got this retro, it's very heavy. It's a heavy glass bowl, retro, like Art Deco, 70s, late 60s looking bowl. And I could put this on my dining room table when I get a new one, because I don't currently have one. Yeah. So I asked the guy at the table where this was. You saw where it was. So I asked the guy, I was like, how much is that? Now I'm expecting it to be like $5, right? He tells me $30. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You can't be serious. $30? And he's like, yeah, well, it's worth $50. And I was like, what? So I said to him, okay, I'll give you 10. And he's like, no, can't do it. So then I was like, well, is there like somebody you can ask about whether you can take like best offer on this? So this guy comes over and he's like, yeah, it's $30 because it's worth 50. And I was like, okay, I'll give you 15. And he's like, mm-mm. If you want to come back tomorrow and see if it's still here, then we can talk about the price. He's like, but I have a whole other day to have this and sell it. So he uses an app. I don't know what app it was. And he like scans, literally just scans a picture of this. And it comes up on eBay for $45 used. So he's like, see, it's on eBay used for $45 and I'm only charging you $30. And I said to him, that's the asking price. Somebody's asking $45 for it. That doesn't mean somebody's going to pay $45 for it. But he was stubborn. And then I said to myself, you know what? I don't even know if I want to come back to the sale tomorrow. Do I really want to drive all the way back here just and pay money for well, actually, no. Sunday there, you don't have to pay for the meter, the parking meter. So I was like, I was torn. I was torn about it. Oh, there's a car going by. But I really liked it. I looked at it. It doesn't seem to be really very damaged. It's clearly used when you look at it real close up. It does need to be cleaned, obviously, and disinfected because I don't know what basement or attic or whatever this came out of. So I walked around. I came back. And there was a lady there, and she knew I was interested in the bowl. And I was like, okay, I'll pay the $30. I said, it goes to a good cause, right? It's going to go to the church to help the church. And she's like, yes, it goes to help the church. So I was like, okay. So I gave them the $30 and I got my bowl. So that was the only thing I bought. Oh. I know I shouldn't be touching my face with them. Even my nose itch. Yeah. So that was it. I don't know if I'm going to go back tomorrow. If I do, if I'm going to make another video, but I thought you would like that. So I know for a lot of you, it's not, rummage sales, garage sales, flea markets are not a big deal because of whatever part of the country you live in. I watch other YouTubers that film these type of videos. But for me, in the area where I live, in a big city, it's not as common. And it's really cool. This sale is really cool because, you know what's odd? I was thinking to myself, oh, there's no garage sales or flea markets around here. And I actually passed somebody having a garage sale as I was passing to go to this rummage sale. And for me, I don't know. I just think it's a little icky. It's a little gross when it's a garage sale, because it's like the people whose stuff it is are there. And you're like, do I want to buy this knowing that this person owned this? Like, what can, it gives me a weird vibe. But with this rummage sale, these are things that come from all different parts of the community. It's put out in sort of like a store setting because it's in a giant gymnasium. And there are volunteers there at each table, letting people know what prices are and stuff. So it's sort of like you're shopping at a Salvation Army kind of thrift store thing. And yeah, I wish they had it more times a year because then it would be easier for me to donate more stuff. I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm down to, I have 6 more boxes to sort through and declutter. And then, there's always going to be more decluttering, but the bulk amount I think is done. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about what I showed you at the rummage sale. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Shopping and Sense. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you're watching this. And I will see you in a future video. But until then, goodbye everyone out there in YouTube land.